Good afternoon. My name is Mark. I'm Chief Infrastructure Officer at the University, and I'd like to welcome you to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. Firstly, I'd like to thank Honeybee Jazz for their performance, which has got this ceremony off to a great start. Please join me in showing your appreciation. As you saw in the video, your connection with the university doesn't end here. In fact, it's only the beginning. Today, you join a powerful global alumni community of over 200,000 Salford graduates who are making their mark worldwide. Our alumni are shaping industries, innovating in science, creating in the arts, and leading change in politics, education, healthcare, and public services. We're excited to stay connected with you, celebrating your milestones and sharing opportunities that keep you linked to this University of Salford community. As you cross the stage today, we'll capture this special moment for you, and in the next few days you'll receive a link via email to download that clip, a token of our appreciation and ongoing connection, a reminder of the incredible journey you're embarking on as a Salford graduate. Before the ceremony starts, I'd like to give you some pointers for your moment in crossing the stage. Graduation's a time to celebrate not only your individual achievements, but also to celebrate your peers. When it's your time, my colleagues in the blue robes in the theatre will guide you to line up on that side of the theatre. At that point, you do not need your hats. We will come back to those later. You don't need your phones. In fact, you don't need anything, just yourselves. You can leave everything on your seat. You'll be returning to that location. As you line up and you get to the top of the stairs there, your name will be called and you'll come across the stage. When you get to the middle of the stage, you'll greet the presiding officer, and it'll be really obvious. She'll be stood right in the middle, right in front of the big chair, and you will nod in appreciation for that presiding officer. As you come across the stage, you'll collect your scroll and exit down these stairs here. Remember to enjoy that moment. It is your moment. You've worked hard for this. Make the most of it. Guests, please can I ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to others, so that they don't have their view of their graduate obstructed or disturbed. When we get to the end of the ceremony, graduates will leave first, so please do wait until they've made their way out before guests leave. Please can all graduates and guests stay until the end of the ceremony, and we'd like that last cheer right at the end to be the loudest possible. Finally, may I ask that you kindly ensure your mobile phones are switched to silent throughout the duration of this ceremony. The ceremony will now begin. For those who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this congregation open to present awards of the University of Salford. To take your seats. Thank you.
Graduands and distinguished guests, I am honoured to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, the Chancellor, Lucy Meacock.
Thank you. What a wonderful sight this is. My favourite time of the year. Distinguished guests and graduands, as Chancellor of the University of Salford, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony to celebrate your achievements. We're here today to congratulate you all as our next generation of graduates, to wish you well and to tell you how proud we are as you embark on the next chapter of your life. A very warm welcome to your family, friends, and supporters. Whether you've come from just down the road or travelled long distances to be here, or if you're watching online, thank you for joining us, and you are all very welcome. Now then, talking of graduates and graduation day, in the years ahead, of course, there will be challenges to face and to overcome, but there will be exciting and sometimes unexpected opportunities. And I can tell you that the passion, the determination, and the creativity that you have all shown on your journey so far are all qualities that are going to serve you very well in the future. With the knowledge that you've developed in your specific studies, I'm sure that in your time with us at Salford, you will have met people who have inspired you. You'll have had experiences that will have shaped your views of the world, and you'll have learned a lot about yourself and about others. As well as all the lectures, labs, studios, assignments, and exams, I hope you've managed to have some fun along the way as well. I think you probably have, and no doubt there's more to come this evening. It probably only seems like yesterday that you were starting out with us. It only seems like yesterday that I was starting out as a young journalist trying to find my feet. I find it absolutely astonishing to think that that was nearly 40 years ago. It's gone in the blink of an eye. And that's how life works. When you're most enjoying yourself, time is travelling very, very fast. Now, I can tell you it wasn't always easy. And I found that you win respect, really, when you earn it. And that's not always easy. I can tell you in the days when I started out, way back in the 1980s, young female reporters were often given the soft stories, the stories about the flower shows, animals who do strange things, maybe interviewing children, while my male colleagues covered the gritty stories in crime or industry or politics. So when I moved into television from newspapers, I did fear that I'd made a terrible mistake. But then came along the long and bitter miners' strike of 1984. It was a heartbreaking chapter in our lives. It turned neighbour against neighbour, it split whole families apart, and many of those rifts never healed. The picket lines were often violent and hostile. But these were people who felt they were fighting for their future and the future of their children. I was determined to give all sides of the story a fair hearing and that wasn't always the case with all reporters. But I can tell you, I was always the first to volunteer to be out on those picket lines at 4 o'clock every morning, and often wasn't home until 8 o'clock at night. And many of my early reports from those days regularly appeared on news at 10. I found people took me more seriously from then on. It's incredible to think that I was only 24 when I was doing that, and then very soon after that had the opportunity to read news bulletins as well. But I can tell you that did not come naturally. But I did push myself, and when an opportunity arose, I was always prepared to try it. And I would recommend that you also do the same whenever you can. Some of those decisions will be absolutely terrifying. They might not always be right for you, but you can move on, you can change your mind. Just be prepared to take some risks along the way, because that's where the magic happens. So I was painfully shy. In my first newsroom, they used to call me Bambi. And I got my first break for reading the news when one of my colleagues went off on maternity leave, and my boss said, "Why don't you come into the newsroom and have a go at reading the news?" And I have to say, it was not my finest hour. I managed to stumble my way through it rather badly. And I think maybe the viewing figures went up just to see whether I'd actually get through the programme. It certainly wasn't a great sight. But you know what? I got on with it. I did it. I learnt as I went. And often it is those nerves and the fear that eventually you deal with. They keep you on your toes and they stop you making too many mistakes. I think I've always over-prepared for everything. So I have generally been prepared for thousands of things that have never happened. My mum used to say to me that I worried about thousands of things that never happened as well. I'm not sure that that is a good thing. But I did always find it was better to be over-prepared than unprepared, especially when something goes wrong and your colleagues realise that that is when they can rely on you 100%. By getting your degrees today, you've already proved that you have the talents. Just make sure that you have the determination to match, and don't waste the opportunities that life has already given you. I'd urge you to make us as your university proud by speaking up for what you believe in. You might not be able to win every battle, so choose them carefully. Sometimes it is a lone voice that speaks up for what's right or for justice. Sometimes, over the Hillsborough disaster, which killed 97 football fans, for example, there were times in our newsroom that lone voice was mine. And I'm sure that there will be times in your careers when you will be the lone voice speaking up for something that is right. But please have the courage to do that. I've won 2 BAFTAs in my career. One of them was for championing the cause of those families when no one else was listening to them. And I am proud of that achievement. We don't do it for the awards. We don't do it for praise. And we don't do it because we're told to. We do it because we know it's the right thing to do. And if you do the right thing, you won't go far wrong. There will be times when you have to leave your troubles at the door and get on with the job. It will be tough. And it's tempting always to think that other people have lives that are easier than yours, and then use that as an excuse for not reaching your potential. There is no point in looking back and thinking that you didn't have the same chances in life. From today, think of your life as your challenge. Don't look around you at what other people have that gives them the advantage. Just make sure that you be the best that you can be. And don't wait for opportunities to knock on your door. Get out there and find them for yourself. I think one of the hardest challenges for me was that I was 24 when my mum died, and my dad died not long afterwards. I was already working in television, and our viewers would never have known the heartbreak going on inside, because the news isn't supposed to be about the newsreader. And there will be times in your lives when you have to go through things that challenge you in a similar way. For those times, you need a strong network of friends, so value your good ones. Try to have as diverse a friendship group as possible. We hope you've made many new friends from your time with us at Salford, and try to nurture those friendships in the years ahead. Of course, we all have some luck along the way, thank goodness, and there will be many, many happy times to look forward to, but you will find the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I'm sure you'll get to your destination in your own time, in your own way, and I hope without too many of those challenges. I've worked in the media for more than 40 years now, in newspapers, radio and television, for the BBC and ITV. And you know what? That painfully shy teenager, that reporter who had to face some tough times along the way, that young reporter they used to call Bambi, well, do you know what? She didn't do too badly. And I cannot believe that I am standing here today talking to you just as you're about to set off on your new chapter. But that's what it's all about today. We're here to celebrate your successes and achievements. And the time that you've been studying with us at Salford has been a time, well, a fantastic time of achievement for the School of Health and Society. And you have been a huge part of that. Only this time last year, you'll remember, back in the summer of 2024, we were enjoying the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Salford students were at the forefront of the action. Physiotherapy student Rebecca McGowan made us incredibly proud as she competed with Team GB's Taekwondo team. There was more success for our prosthetics and orthotics students who were invited to attend a number of Paralympics events, even visiting the Athletes' Village. The minoritized ethnic student collective in the School of Health and Society were confirmed winners of a prestigious National Collaborative Award for Teaching Excellence. That group has almost 400 members across the school and is a vital source of support. Our researchers have had a huge impact this year, tackling important issues facing society. We've been at the forefront of assessing the benefits of a 4-day week, not only for well-being, but also, crucially, for productivity. One of our university fellows, Dr. David Frayne, was awarded the ESRC Celebrating Impact Prize for outstanding business and enterprise impact. Well, then, in February this year, colleagues in the school scooped an amazing 3 Chief Nurse Adult Social Care Gold Awards. Now, these recognise our outstanding work in this area to inspire future generations, which is what it's all about, and raise the profile of nursing in social care, both publicly and within the profession. We also saw a recent graduate of our Nursing Associate Programme, Ethan McKnight, named Manchester's Apprentice of the Year at the Made in Manchester Awards. That was for his commitment to delivering compassionate care to vulnerable patients. In March, we said a fond farewell to our retiring Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Dean Professor Margaret Rowe. We also celebrated as Professor Vanessa Heaslip was announced as one of the 2025 International Nurse Researcher Hall of Fame inductees. She's only the 10th UK nurse to have made this prestigious list in its 16-year history. In May, our nursing and midwifery teams were at the Student Nursing Times Awards, where they were shortlisted 20 times. That's a new university record. The team came away with a total of 5 awards, which is an incredible achievement. And we're not stopping there. We're really excited about this. Plans for our new £54 million health and wellbeing building were given the green light by Salford City Council last September, and construction is, I'm pleased to report, now underway. The new site will offer a health and wellbeing hub right at the heart of the university estate. It will be the home of some of our most popular healthcare courses and clinics, as well as providing a roof garden and extensive outdoor spaces for students, colleagues, and the public to enjoy. It will be a very visible reminder that the university is here not only to educate future health and wellbeing professionals, but also to help enrich lives for the people of Salford, who will be invited in to access health and wellbeing services and clinics run by our partners. These achievements are all about what we achieve together as a university community. I hope that you will be proud of your university and feel a real sense of belonging as you move from being a student to being a graduate. Graduating is such a fantastic achievement. I know you have worked incredibly hard to get here. And while today is all about you, I would also like to invite you to express your thanks to your family, your friends, and your supporters who have been crucial in helping to get you to this stage. I think this support deserves some recognition. So graduates, could I ask you to stand, please? And now, for all those people here and elsewhere who have helped, inspired, and encouraged you throughout your journey, please, could we have a big round of applause? Do you think we could try that again? Only because your long-suffering families and friends who have been there to support you when times were tough, I think they deserve a little bit of a louder round of applause than that. I think that's better. Thank you very much. If you'd like to take your seats again, thank you. Well, today, this part of your Salford journey will come to an end, but a new one is just beginning as you become part of our family of alumni. You join a community of more than 200,000 Salford graduates all around the world. Please keep in touch with us. We really care about what you're doing, and we'd love to hear from you. And we'd like to be able to continue to celebrate your success in the years ahead. Finally, this bit's really important to me. I would like to invite you to reflect now on your abilities and your social obligations as graduates and ambassadors for the University of Salford. I'd urge you to embrace our overall priority as a university, which is to enrich people's lives, to work for the benefit of others, to be a catalyst for positive change in whatever community you choose to live and work in. Seize the opportunities that life gives you. Cherish the memories of your time with us at Salford, and be the very best that you can be. So I'm just going to finish by saying to each and every one of you, be bold in your aspirations, be resilient and courageous. It's down to you now. The future is yours to make. Congratulations to our class of 2025. And enjoy your day. Well, I'm now delighted to introduce you all to our alumni speaker today, Stefan Carney. Welcome back, Stefan. It's great to see you back at the university. Stefan only graduated in 2023 with a BSc in sports rehabilitation. He now works as an advisor with the Major Trauma Signposting Partnership, supporting individuals affected by traumatic injury. Alongside this, he's a sessional physiotherapist and specialist exercise instructor at Healthbox CIC, and serves as medical lead at Sandbach Rugby Union Football Club. That combines his clinical expertise with a passion for community, health and sports rehabilitation. He has so much more to tell you, and he'll do it so much better than I do. So please give a very warm welcome to Stefan.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here today to speak today as an alumnus in front of distinguished guests, the faculty of Salford University, and more importantly, the graduates of 2025. My name is Stefan Carney, and I graduated from the University of Salford with a first-class honours degree in sport rehabilitation in 2023. I look back on my course fondly, but let me briefly take you back to the time before I applied. After 10 years of working in the health and fitness industry, I wanted to expand my knowledge and broaden my abilities so I could help more people on a bigger and a more in-depth scale. And truly, therefore, make a difference in people's lives. This was in addition to being able to support my wife, who had a spinal surgery that left her paralysed. It was a complication of spinal surgery, and this was life-changing for both of us, and it left me thinking, I want to learn more about the human body, its function, and its repair theories. I'd like to share my reflections of my time studying at Salford University. As well as studying and working alongside my lectures, I decided to make it really difficult for myself by getting married, buying my first house, and adopting a dog, all in the same year. One of my strongest memories from my time at Salford was the passion that the lecturers had for their subject matter. Starting my studies within a global pandemic was always going to be a fair challenge. However, the provisions and innovations made by the lecturers and the university staff ensured we had a deep and thorough education, allowing us to continue on our journeys. Teams meetings became the norm, and interacting on a virtual level with fellow students became a go-to method of communication. You're on mute became a usual start to some kind of meeting. Joking aside, however, learning to communicate and progress the practical and group tasks allowed us to exercise our skill and show how we could adapt to situations. Luckily, the world returned to normal not long after. I think it's fair to say that I class myself as an introvert, and the socialisation aspect of university life was always going to be difficult. I was also a mature student returned to this fold many years after my initial studies. Although initially finding it hard to integrate, I'm pleased to say I made some real connections with students and lecturers alike. I also learned a lot about myself during the process. The sport rehab course at the university provided me with tools and support to help form my vision of what my future career could be like. I remember using a medical term in a conversation with my wife without really having a conscious thought, and realised I'm starting to get this. I realised quite early on that the university was going to provide so much more than just theory and knowledge of my chosen degree. From working groups, delivering presentations, to writing my final dissertation, I learnt more and more about myself as a person, how I like to work, how to create a mindful work-life and university balance. The initial doubts in my abilities drifted away as I became... The initial doubts in my abilities drifted away as I could see the hard work paying off, and what looked like success to me started to become a reality. I also knew that the first day, and that first open day visit to Salford, was really the university for me. As well as the lectures, the opportunities for placements really helped to open my eyes to what I enjoyed. I never thought I'd work in rugby. However, after my second year placement at Sedgley Park, then moving on to do the whole season in my third year at Winnington Park, I recognised my passion for this type of role, as well as the sport itself. I'm now about to start my third season with Sandbach Rugby Club and my second year as the medical lead. I'd like to thank Salford, and particularly the lecturers lecturers for all their patience, knowledge and support during this journey. It's now been 2 years since I graduated in 2023, with the first year outside university being a somewhat strange feeling. Whilst being at university, I felt safe within the fold under the guidance of the lecturers and staff and like-minded students on my course. Once I left and was out in the big world, I felt you're on your own. I had no idea where to start to fulfill that vision and to get where I wanted to be. I felt a bit lost as I stand here. I unashamedly say that I struggled. I had a clear vision of what I wanted to do, but I had no idea how to start. I threw myself into anything and everything to see what would stick. What I would say to graduates today, I look back on those first few months and reflect that it has not been a negative experience. I did a lot of learning from the roles I didn't fit or work out along the way. It helped to build positive resilience to overcome such obstacles along the way. It feels difficult at first, but with a positive attitude and the right people around you, you'll get there. I'm now very pleased to say that 2 years on, I've recently started a career at Rutherford University Hospital, alongside working for a community-based company who provide rehabilitation services to hospital leavers. I also, as previously mentioned, lead the medical team at Sandbach Rugby Club. I'm extremely passionate about the contribution I am making to all three roles and can bring all my gained knowledge and skills I earned whilst here at Salford University. Again, I'd like to thank all those at Salford who supported me, both whilst I was a student and since. I'd also like to say to all the graduates of 2025, you have my very best wishes, and I hope you achieve every success for your onward journeys. Thank you.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Research Awards for the School of Health and Society, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Vicky Halliwell, Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, I present for the award Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Evaluating and Developing Fourth Plate Practice for Monitoring Lower Body Neuromuscular Function in Soccer, Andrew Joseph Badby. A comparison of the effects of yoga and Pilates for pain, physical function and quality of life in adults over 50 years, Laura Denham-Jones. Employers and employees' perceptions regarding promotion of health and well-being in the workplace, Isabel Cambo. Diagnosis and treatment of stroke-associated pneumonia, Amit Kishore. A mixed methods approach to training for the mitigation of modifiable risk factors for hamstring strain injury and the development of athletic performance, Stephen Ross. An investigation of the associations between hangover symptom cluster severity, individual differences and cognitive performance, Sam Royal. Exploring the lived experiences of postgraduate research students, a longitudinal study, Andrea Melissa Stain. The wellbeing impacts of participation in civic environmental activities in an urban context, a mixed method realist evaluation, Jessica Thompson. Barriers and facilitators to the creative working for neurodivergent people in the creative workplace, Carolyn Emma White. Thank you.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now continue the presentation of the postgraduate awards from the School of Health and Society, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Penny Cook, Associate Dean, Research and Innovation, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, I present for the award of Master of Science, Advanced Clinical Practice, Joanne Margaret Anderson. Mishal Ikra Asif. Lovely Grace Bilano. Emma Louise Brocker-McGree. Vicky Joanne Brown. Rebecca Alice Cleesby. Alison Crossland. Niall Michael Edwards. Taylor Rose Elliott. Gemma Finnegan Verigotta. Elizabeth Ann Finnemore. Georgia Gallimore. Natalie Marie Griffin. Abigail Holland. Robin Louise Holt. Amy Jane Hughes. Sarah Hull. William David Benjamin Jenkins. Amelia Mary Larson. Catherine Alexandra Latham. Shannon Lee. Hannah Louise Maddox. Sarah Nicola Meeson. Juliana Nduku Matua. Rachel Mayella Page. Sarah Plunkett. Daniela Piera dos Santos. Sarah Louise Roberts. Frances Louise Stone. Elizabeth Maria Starbuck. Louise West. Margaret Ann Wilkinson. Catherine Glennis Williams. Victoria Emily Zavilis Roebuck. For the award of Master of Science Advanced Practice Neonates, J. Louise Carter. Emily Chadwick. Alexandra Ann France. Bethan Claire Gilbody. Stacey Louise Hannah Howick. Kerry Jones. Vicky McFadden. Melanie Ann Taylor. For the award of Master of Science Diabetes Care, Anand Gopi Aburi. Ceciliana Diogo Lewis Leal. Letitia Ibrahim. Sindhuja Kesodru. For the award of Master of Science Media Psychology, Fern Roshan Dellen Castro. Abigail Susan Norbury. Master of Science Nursing, Geeta Alaba Alfred I. Bright Ansar. Emma G. Vivian Ikpea. Gandhi Inturi. Rupinder Kaur. Fejuola Olubunmi Odreyemi. Oyebisi Mopela Somutan for the award of Master of Science Nursing Education, Emma Louise Hadfield. Shannon Mary Williams for the award of Master of Science Psychology of Coercive Control, Maria Afanasieva. Heather Marie Evans. Phoenix Jones. Rona Marie Sheriff. For the award of Master of Science Sports Injury Rehabilitation, Kaylee Amber Jones. Matthew Joseph Lowe. Anastasia Matsuzenko. Kerry Louise O'Hara. For the award of Master of Science Strength and Conditioning, Brandon Carrington. Toby Williams Smith. Andrea Spagnolo. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate Nursing, Akuna Gabriela Chakawoho.
We will now commence the presentation of the undergraduate awards from the School of Health and Society. Each student will be presented individually for their award, and I would like to invite Dr. Stephen Atkins, Director of Psychology and Sports, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health and Society, I present for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Learning Disabilities Nursing and Social Work Integrated Practice, Anne-Marie Carberry. Delmar Chipunza. Olivia Hyman. Deborah Mate Matsetlo. Zlatica Nagiova. Megan Jean Owens. Carly Thorpe. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Nursing Studies, Amandeep Kaur. Gurmeet Kaur. Gurpreet Singh. Mandeep Kaur Muskan. Muskan. Bukola Sola Adiagabi. Josephine Akufo. Amarachi Michelle Arni. Emanuela Giamera Apia. Joseph Sam Apia. Mariam Aditoro Bello. Shahela Hishani Pereira Bayan Velegay. Yishin Si. Chidima Jane Chime. Sandra Kausisochukwu Chinwuba. Gaganjot Kaur Daliwal. Dawn Marie Dutton. Gloria Ngozi Ikezilora. Stella Chidera Ikwuna. Jennifer Chat Kagoma. Sahil Kokar. Tandiwe Wanjiru Kiro. Rose Ediemoinel Lawrence. Mark Alois McGuan. Louisa Chidinma Maduforo. Ogachukwu Teresa Ann Enwabodo. Soparachukwu Fidelis Oguche. Emilia Abba Oko. Precious Oluwatobi Aulahoti. Simisola Motonreo Olawoyo. Kingsley Ifeanyi Onuoha. Genevieve Uchenna Opara. Nkaruka Victoria Osondu. Ayushi Sharma. Omawunmi Odaneo Shobawali. Leonaje Pranami Botsala Silva. Noah Kipliting Tarus. Felusho Rachel Tijani. Kelechi Ritmaris Ukanwa. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Nutrition and Exercise as Medicine, Cadis Atunze. Neve Collerton. Robert Philip Lee Fisher. Brianna Murphy. Andrew Unblove. Kishra Saeed. Daniel Wallace. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology, Bethan Tallulah Margaret Joyce Allmark. Ifsa Amin. Isha Amjad. Caitlin Bagley. Jasmine Barlow. Laura Jade Buckley. Serena Chowdhury. Alicia Dar. Mark Deschavez. Krasimir Dimitrov. James Fox. Olivia Fox. Martina Gorchi. Laura George. Paris Gerard. Alicia Goddard. Lauren Goodwin. Abigail Yeboah Jian. Casper Hagedorn. Martha Rose Hancock. Hannah Hassan. Lewis High. Nina Hogg. Anna Holmes. Evie May Holtby. Mia Hopley. Alina Hussein. Mohammed Sufyan Hussein. Rida Hussein. Vanessa Idahosa. Nicole Amy Johnson. Sana Kaduji. Savato Kageoglu. Milena Karpovic. Aldana Zayad Khalid Abdullah Khalid. Lina Khalid. Alina Kawaja. Kasumi Lowe. Esther Mashamba. Tamsin McCabe. Victoria McWhirter. Hannah Melia. Lorena Monroy Hagen. Ellie Musgrove. Maisie Nichols. Millie Alexandra Parker. Lauren Dion Falore. Amy Louise Pritchard. Mohammed Riador Rahman. Natasha Razul. James Ray. Kala Sargent. Davis Junior Steph. Sadia Shah. Aliyah Stockley. Anika Tarsin. Laura dos Ramos Teixeira. Isabel Turner. Rachel Vignali Riding. Ben Walton. Charlotte Watmore. Jack Watson Price. Luke Whittle. Ashley Catherine Winborn. Izzy Wood. Molly Bethany Kerr-Wright. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology and Counselling Studies, Hanan Abdi. Sarah Arshad. Daisy Atherton. Beatriz Barreto. Rachel Elizabeth Bowers. Charlotte Brown. Jessica Rachel Dawes. Neve Farnsworth. Kamaljit Grover. Leah Groves. Dan Yan Hee. Jennifer Jane Heath. Taylor Heaton. Umara Kaloke. Chaltu Kabede. Sobia Khan. Zufra Ahmed Khan. Elimay Leywood Wells. Abby Lewis. Katie May Liptrot. Safa Omar. Ellie Mae Padley. Roberta Paglia. Nabia Patel. Tegan Purchase. Serena Roberts. Lucy Rollison. Owen Paul Rylands. Vanessa Shobalova. Martina Soloduha. Mars Taylor. Tia Thompson. Phoebe Toogood. Holly Trundle. Charlotte Rose Welburn. Eleanor Wells. Jessica Wickham. Holly Williams. Melissa Ride. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology and Criminology, Sarah Leah Nida Ahmed. Carly Ainscope. Anne Alex. Aliyah Asher. Grace Barnes. Saida Kolchuma Begum. Alana Bennett. Megan Victoria Billington. Jodie May Buddington. Molly Carey. Holly Chohan. Dane Lee Cowell. Bailey Crutch. Eleonora Fernandez Diaz de Silva. Emma Nicole Fullard. Alexandra Golding. Lola Gray. Caden Haggett. Muskan Hussain. Radia Islam. Ebony Lily Ivanovs. Louise Jordan. Fatima Khartoon. Emma Kitson. Maximilian Miklovich. Hannah Louise Morris. Nia Akira Mullings. Nuri Muminen Mustafa. Abigail Nixon. Aliyah Pollard. Francesca Rowe. Nellie Schooneman. Ellie Shaw. Gemma Smith. Madison Thompson. Grace Tuck. Katie Vale. Libby Ellen Williams. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology of Human and Animal Behaviour, Sian Bedford. Ellie Brown. Ruby Coogan McCann. Hannah Dasley. Charlie Nixon. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology of Sport, Lowry Broughton. Ewan Cuthbertson. Finley Emo Haynes. Ellie Ferguson. Thomas Jack Flint. Joseph Edward Hensby. Daniel Mountford. Laura Rodriguez. Neve Swales. Rocco Toombs. Chinotu Waremwu. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Sport Rehabilitation, Ethan Bailey. Tom Baxter. Mohammed Bazara. Kenzie Bentley. Henry Booth. Lucy Bradbury. Chloe Bullen-Austin. Katie Olivia Burrell. Conall Campbell. Emma Corley. Leah Challoner. Samuel Compton. Georgia Cook. Elizabeth Cousins. Aliyah Crossland. Eloise Davis. Esme Devlin. Gabrielle DiMario. Joseph Guilford. Lewis Golding. Jonathan Goodborn. Mateus Gozdera. Joseph Harding. Thomas Harrison. Thomas Healy. Jessica Hill. Lily May Hunt. Harry Pritchard Jones. Nicola Lampron. Harvey Leeds. Marcus Leonard. Fionn Martin. Aaron Mason. Alfie Mather. Ewan Melia. Charlotte Mills. Theo Morgan. Reuben Nicholas. Emily Pemberton. Archie Ralphs. Olivia May Robinson. Lexi Sahadio. Lucia Silva. Lily Tatton. Ava Thornton Bramer. Sophie Louise Turner. Jack Whaley. Gwen Williams. Freya Woodward. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Sports Science, Human Performance, Gerard Broughton. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Sports Science, Performance Analysis, Lewis Liddell. Alfie Watson Thomas. Bachelor of Science with Honours, Sports Science, Strength and Conditioning, Nathaniel Baxter. Massimiliano Federico Campbell Brambilla. Joe Crane. Anis Khan. Nicole Newburn. Shannon Roach. Ava Erin Staton. Abdul Wahab. Hayden Woolley. Bachelor of Science, Ordinary Psychology and Counselling Studies, Ikra Shiraz. Foundation Degree Science, Nursing Associate, Aisha Ahmed Razak. Opiolua Akingbala. Aaron Joseph Andrew. Jaden Andrew Bales. Shireen Bano. Hanifa Begum. Becky Bracken. Jade Rhiannon Brooker. Ellie Campbell. Ella Jade Carr. Leah May Cherry. Naomi Connolly. Joseph William Dunning. Blessing Amaka Ekebere. Madeline Christine Ekese and Tumba Jakua. Michelle Fitton. Linda Jane Folkes. Abby Fraser. Victoria Louise Freeman. Bethany Jane Gleave. Olivia Kira Green. Rebecca Greenhalgh. Alison Claire Guerrera. Phoebe Hall. Megan Rose Hastings. Leonie Jasmine Hawkshaw. Eleanor Hesford. Jennifer Osato Imafidon Osifo. Sabina Erme Islam. Michelle Jones. Amy Kanko. Amira Azam Khan. Salma Kusar. Lisa Massey. Adele Mather. Kaya Louise McIntyre. Rebecca Mercer. Faye Elizabeth Moffat. Najma Nassar. Sophie Newton. Rachel Knott. Hannah Louise Nugent. Chelsea O'Donnell. Winston Ifeanyi Okoli. Richard Onana Ekani. Esme Jane Overton. Rachel Parkin. Anika Parveen. Zoe Perfettini. Jessica Ann Pickup-Taylor. Jamie Rabbit. Ellie Marie Ray. Kia Shannon Riley. Susan Ann Rothery. Gemma Yvette Chaffee. Florence Sinaya. Susan Kelly Smith. Joanna Faluke Olanurwaju Salanke. Lucia Andrea Soric. Tinuola Sosan. Patricia Taylor. Matthew Arthur Taylor-Wade. Claire Louise Todd. Bethany Ann Wilding. Aruna Jaff Wisanyi. Chi Yang Wong. Bachelor of Science, Ordinary Psychology and Counselling Studies, Eleanor Skeevy. Bachelor of Science with Honours Nursing Studies, Enke Chinyere and Wazozu Al-Hassan. Bachelor of Science with Honours Nursing Studies, Doris Enenka Obi.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that we'll be taking a group photograph of all new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until all the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, can you please follow the academic procession straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph? I would like now to invite the Chancellor, Lucy Meacock, to close the ceremony.
Thank you. Well, there we go. You've done it. What a wonderful experience that's been for everybody here. Very well done to all of you. Well, on behalf of the University of Salford, I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. So please, could I ask you to join me in another round of applause, because it's time. This is my favourite part now. I'd like to ask all of our graduates to stand, please, as new University of Salford graduates. Put on your hats. What a wonderful sight that is. If you'd like to take your seats again, I'm sure you've got lots of partying ahead of you. Enjoy and have a wonderful celebration. I declare this congregation closed. So now could I invite everyone to stand?